team ban.
Hello and welcome everyone to CEVO Season 2 Playoffs. This is the lower bracket round 4, I want to say. A matchup between Team Chibiusa and Faded, teams that have played each other just before in scrims and both previous CEVO seasons. Team Chibiusa, they came in second place in Season 1, so looking to go further here as, like I mentioned, already into the lower bracket. And both these teams, if they want to go to the finals, they've got to win tonight and then 2 more times after that. Faded, they lost to No Fire Wisp Bottom, so if they were to make it to the finals, No Fire Wisp Bottom already awaiting them there. As they won the match that I was casting on Thursday when my internet decided to go out, and that was No Fire Wisp Bottom versus Phantoms Esports. I believe that was the matchup. So No Fire Wisp Bottom took that one 2-0. Phantoms is also playing right now, so if you want to check out those, I don't believe anyone's casting it, but if you have them on your friends list, you can probably find it and watch those matches. It's a bit of a shame to go on concurrently, so I can't get to all of them. Choosing this one tonight.
10 seconds remaining.
Faded, close friends of mine, I guess. Close internet friends of mine.
5 seconds
but whatever,
remaining.
we'll get into the draft. So that's the scoop. And I'm Helium from FMBP Dota, of course, bringing you the action tonight. Bans underway, so Wisp, Batrider taken out. No surprise there, pretty much the same old. 2 heroes that just can offer so much in terms of ganking and forcing the other team to make mistakes and get pickoffs with those. So, banned out. And then OD, strong mid laner, they don't want to deal with him. He also offers a lot of team fight in the mid game with his ultimate, Sanity's Eclipse, doing a lot of damage. And Darkseer, great offlaner, good all throughout the game, I'd say. If you let him hit level 2, he can pretty much offlane pretty effectively. And then, of course, makes the game harder and harder as it goes on.
5 seconds
breaking high ground
remaining.
against a Darkseer, always difficult because of the wall vacuum, as well as he farms up core items like mech, pipe, blink. He can provide initiation, he can provide the heal, and is just strong overall. So, of course, taken out, they don't want to deal with it. Visage and Weaver, however, picked up by Faded here, so looking to go fairly aggro off the start, maybe. We've seen that combo in aggro tri-lanes quite often. They can also split up. We'll see how it goes. But now that we see this Alchemist being picked up, I would not be surprised at all to see an aggressive tri-lane after this Visage pick. Free farming Alchemist, always pretty much bad news. And then even before that, Team Chibiusa, they had picked up the Naga Siren. So they've got a likely good support utility hero that can build into items such as Heaven's Halberd to really try to shut down the Weaver, or the other carry that Faded will pick up a little further down as the draft continues. So they've got that support, and they've got their Alchemist. Not really revealing too much at the moment, so we'll let the picks continue out here as we get into the second stage of banning. That's going to be a Storm Spirit taken out, as maybe they want the Nakes. Nakes has been left on the field. There's the ban out of the Nakes there. So maybe they're taking out the Storm Spirit thinking, hey, we could get Nakes or we could leave it in the pool, but if they get Nakes, then we don't want them to have Storm. Something like that. But he is a strong mid laner. Maybe they have someone in mind that laning against Storm isn't necessarily a great time. But Nyx and Nakes, or Nyx and Lifestealer, taken out by Team Chibiusa. So both of those
5 seconds remaining.
Pretty annoying heroes, really. Nyx is obviously annoying in the lane. He gets annoying, especially around level 4 when he picks up this Spike Carapace, and then upon hitting level 6 and getting Vendetta, can be very annoying and grab a lot of space and presence on the map by roaming around and getting kills, which would let this Alchemist free farm or catch up in farm if he gets shut down in an aggressive tri-lane. And then, of course, could also Nake's bomb with that Vendetta. But both of those heroes going to be out of here. Not going to see any play, at least in Game 1. I don't know if I mentioned. The lower bracket here in the CEVO Season 2 playoffs is still best of 3 format. So this is Game 1 of a best of 3 between Faded and Team Chibiusa. And Rubik here going to be the 4th ban out. So a solid support, great stun. Provides some magic resistance with his passive in his, I don't know what it's actually even called. I don't know. It's his E. So he actually does provide a lot of magic resistance. I think that's maybe not overlooked, but it's never really mentioned. As well as his large burst damage that reduces attack damage in his Fade Bolt. And of course, always being able to steal another spell, such as Naga Sleep, which we did see happen once. Maybe more than once at TI3, but that was a good game. I believe that was Dignitas. But anyway, onto this game. Bane picked up as a 3rd support. So maybe That makes me kind of question going aggressive. But maybe if they go aggressive, not seeking kills, and just put the Enfeeble onto the Alchemist, that could severely reduce his farm into the early stages of the game. I'm not convinced about the kill potential if they put the Weaver there, just because there's really no lockdown until Bane hits 6, which obviously he won't be in the early stages when you really need to shut down the Alchemist. Jakiro picked up as a great defensive support for Team Chibiusa. I suppose they could also go aggressive, but we'll see how that pans out. I mean, they've got the stuns, they can escape, but probably more suited for a defensive tri-lane, as the Ice Path does provide a AoE stun, you know, an escape route. And of course net can be used offensively or defensively as Naga sees fit. But anyways, Puck picked up to be the mid player here for the side of Faded. So Saibi going to be playing that one. And then Nature's Prophet, a hero that Team Chibiusa has always played quite a bit of. I want to say Extravagant and or Misha. And then when they had Mousesports Black, or I guess just Black, I'm not really sure what's happening with all that drama, but he played Nature's Prophet quite often for Team Chibiusa, so no stranger to that hero or that playstyle. So like for some nice plays from the Nature's Prophet. And then some more bans coming out. The Warlock is going to be the 5th ban here by Faded, so of course a strong mid. It's actually, if you land those Fatal Bonds, they're quite painful in the laning stage, and pushes the lane, gives Warlock pretty decent room control, good farm, and obviously can win team fights and get in ags, and they continue to win team fights and win games, so strong hero. And of course Timbersaw, apparently the hero that everyone just discovered. It's not like they really even changed him since he was added to Dota 2. But getting a lot of the spotlight these days. He's banned out here. He can snowball really hard, and he's a pretty good offlaner as well with that reactive armor. If you can find the balance between taking enough hits to build your regen up with your living armor, or reactive armor, excuse me, you can really just dominate and stay in XP range, get XP, get last hits, and then if they overstep, you can get a kill, because your burst damage is just ridiculous, especially once you're level 6 with your ultimate. I want to say it's Chakra Magic, but I can't be sure. I know what it does, I'm not sure what it's called. But yeah, so now onto the 5th pickup. As we've seen the mid, we likely see a tri-lane, so getting another carry or semi-carry here for their last pickup is what Faded is definitely going to do. Looking at Team Chibiusa, they most likely need a mid. Nature's Prophet can go mid. It's happened before. But against Puck, probably not going to get a whole lot. So going to be jungling or an offlaner. I'd expect a defensive tri-lane coming out from the Alchemist, Jakiro, Naga Siren. So Nature's Prophet offlane. And then I guess, yeah, they're looking for a mid. OD has been taken out. Quap is left in the pool. The Quap Puck matchup, it's not uncommon at all. Haven't seen it as much lately since OD's been getting picked up. You see a lot less Puck and Quap when OD's in a game, as it's a pretty hard matchup against that OD. Or you'll see another mid picked up against the OD, such as Lone Druid, Kunkka, Razor, Sniper, probably not in the pro scene, but maybe in some scrims. But anyways, Quap's still available. Wouldn't be a terrible pick. It can line up pretty nicely with the Naga Siren. That being said, so can Kunkka actually. Land the boat on top of the sleep. It's a pretty strong spell. And that way you can actually ensure that you get the Coco's Rum on everyone on your team. Take a lot of reduced damage. Easy to win a team fight after that. Oh, I see the chat. I think I spoke incorrectly previously. I said No Fire Wisp played Phantoms, but let me minimize real quick and double check. I didn't actually doubt you, BZM, but yeah, No Fire Wisp bottom played Fabulous Fagos. Fabulous Fagos beat Phantoms and knocked Phantoms to the lower bracket, where they are actually playing tonight. I didn't misspeak there. But before I fix my mistakes from earlier, the Lone Druid pickup. That's actually Yabano right there. What up now, Swedes? He is Swedish. And then the Magnus is the last pickup here to go mid. Going to be handled by Extravagant. But yeah, so Fabulous Fagos played against No Fire Wisp bottom, and they lost 2-0. Both games were decently close. They lasted a little while. My internet went out when I was casting it, so I just decided to forget casting and streaming it. But yeah, pretty solid games there. No Fire Wisp bottom obviously looking very strong, as they're already sitting into the grand finals. Maybe Faded will meet them there again, but they're going to have to get through tonight, so with that, we'll get into the team introductions. And Faded, of course, not even tagging up in the lobby. How nice of them. But Faded on the Dire. We've got Corey here, Weaver. It is going to be aggressive as Bane and Visage are following him down. So standard Weaver build going into that aggressive tri-lane. He's going to be supported by King Kraken here on the Bane. He's a lot better at Dota 2 than he is at CSGO. I just want to get that out there in case anyone decides to pub with him. He's got wards and lots of regen going into this lane. Theory, going to be playing that Visage.
Battle.
Again, lots of regen going into this aggressive tri-lane. Pretty much what you need, especially on Visage. Fairly mana intensive. Puck in the mid lane going to be handled by CEVO. No stranger to this hero at all. And going for a moderately fast bottle build, picking up the tangos as well as the Mantle of Intelligence. And last but not least, we've got Yabano in the top lane, playing a lone druid. Pretty much standard build. Let's see if we can find his bear. There it is. Spotting out the runes, just a stout shield on that. Yep.
This is it. The battle begins.
So definitely want to get that first rune on the side of Faded. But now we move over to the Radiant. That's going to be Team Chibiusa in the bot lane. We've got, let's find their carry first. I like to do them first. We've got Risk on the Alchemist, standard build for this defensive tri-lane here. He's going to be supported by Tabo here on the Naga Siren, as well as JNT. They've got the wards and sentries, so let the D-ward battle commence as we see the Magic Bush ward go down, blocking both those camps. Yeah, and then of course the Turtle ward going to have that rune vision as well. And not a common spot to be dewarded at the early stages. But Extravagant here in the mid lane on that Magnus. Going against the Puck, he'll more than likely be somewhat forced to Bottle Crow in this engagement in the mid lane. So we'll see how he does. And then last but not least, we've got Kanoki here on the Nature's Prophet off lane versus a lone druid. So this is an interesting matchup. I say it's pretty even, at least until Lone Druid hits 5. Then after that, what can anyone really do against Lone Druid? So we'll see how that goes out. I expect them to both get pretty fast levels and pretty fast farm off of this. And King Kraken with a nice D-ward, so taking out the vision there of the Radiance rune. But they immediately put one down, so they're going to have vision of the jungle and the rune now. So all is not lost. Vision's still very important in the early stages of the game, that initial rune control. And especially now that you can only get one set of wards, having a camp blocking ward or a rune ward being dewarded really hurts you for the first 6 minutes, or I guess 4.5 minutes, as you can rebuy them at 4 minutes 30 seconds. Alright, but no action yet. The sentries still have one on JNT, so if they need to take an engagement, they have one sentry that they can drop in this lane to help out to kill this Weaver. If they waste it, or let's see if it gets dewarded, still a sentry on King Kraken, so there might be a little even dewarding battle in the lane with that sentry. They're going to have to be pretty careful with it, as if they're not, Corey's going to pick up his mana regen in that Ring of Basilius, and he's going to be Saguchiing away as he gets a couple more levels. Will do a lot of damage. End of the mid lane, check out the CS. I'd say Puck wins this matchup, but Puck is quite squishy. Take a shockwave to the face you're unexpecting, or mess up a phase shift. You could be looking at Magnus even getting that first blood or winning the lane, but he's at 12 last hit, so doing very well right now. Puck 10 and 2, so pretty much even at the moment. Both heroes have their bottle, as you can see, and it would expect Extravagant already used all of his bottle charges. Gonna be looking for that rune. It's in the bot lane. See if he tries to push this out and go for it. TP into the bot lane from the Nature's Prophet, coming in behind this. There was a sleep on Risk, but he gets broken out of it by his teammate. Throws the stun, and they pick up the first blood. Nature's Prophet gets that first blood. Maybe going to drop here. No, looks like he'll just barely live. Corey now has the Saguchi. He's going on the hunt here with Kanoki. He's salved up. He's already about half health now as he's trying to run away. Continually running away on the other side. King Kraken on the Bane, looking to be in a bit of trouble, but no, the Grave Chill is going to be just enough, and he's going to get out of there. So Team Chibiusa gets the first blood, but the fight's still continuing. The Ice Path goes out. Actually, Theory in a lot of trouble, doesn't have mana to burst. He is going to go down. Corey trying to get another stun off. Will he get it? The net goes onto Corey. The stun as well. Corey is going to drop. That's 3 kills in this first engagement, with Kanoki coming down from the top lane, going to get that first blood. So that's first blood and 2 kills from this bot tri-lane. And that's going to be good. He gets some levels, level 3, almost level 4. Lone Druid trying to make the best of it, pushing some top, getting some farm. The most farm down the map now at 22 last hits. 6 denies as well. Nope, didn't really get any damage on the top tower, but he's working on it. Now the siege is here, so gonna get some damage done to this tower. And let's see, I don't know what did Kanoki buy after that, see if anything's on the chicken here. As we see Extravagant in the mid lane bottle crowing. That first blood's definitely going to help with the levels, and maybe that quicker gold to get into that Midas. Actually, I'm curious about the gold graph after that one. It looked like the Dire, so that's going to be faded. We're maybe farming a little bit better in their lanes. After those kills, though, you can see a big jump, and then still farming better, it appears. Most likely to that lone druid in the top lane. Having to dive in the top lane, gets an entangle actually, and picks up a kill on the Nature's Prophet. Dive in that tier 1. Spirit Bear taking some tower hits, but Spirit Bear don't care as long as he gets that nice entangle as lone druid hitting 5 there, out leveling the Prophet by a little bit. And now going to continue to dominate the lane. We'll see if Kanoki even goes back, because now that's just going to continue to happen. If he shows his face in the lane, likely going to be going into that jungle. In the mid lane so far, still a pretty even on the farm, 26-24. CEVO getting a little harassed out. About to hit 6 though. Oh, actually, Magnus winning the experience battle. He's already hit level 6. He's got an RP. The kill potential isn't what it once was, as the damage has been severely reduced. It does what, 50 damage? Now you basically have to land. So you obviously you have to land the RP, but then you've got to land the Shockwave and the Skewer afterwards. If you don't land all 3, you're not killing anybody, pretty much, unless they're really low or overstepping their bounds. But action has settled down after everything, and as soon as I say that, a stun is procced. Will he be able to get it off? And TP comes down. It's CEVO. They throw onto Corey. CEVO drops the Dream Coil onto 2. A nice defensive Ice Path. Snapping the coil there is the Alchemist. Naga Siren going to be bursted down. A nice, actually not a nice lead by Kraken, because I think that dodged the Soul Assumption damage. But not even going to matter, as they get 2 kills off of that. CEVO, as soon as he hits 6, TPs to the bot lane, and they take a fight, picking up 2 more kills, bringing it to 3 and 3 in the top lane though. What up now, Swedes, hoping for that entangle. The bear getting pretty low. There's the entangle. This looks to be another kill, and indeed it's going to be. Hoping for some TP support. That was the Naga Siren there, so Tabo pinging it out, looking for some help, but Yabano going to get yet another kill there, and using his all form to dodge the projectile like a boss. I'd just like to remind everyone that nature is not for the weak. As we see Yabano picking up 2 kills. Maybe some rune control coming out here by the supports. There's going to be a rush to it. Extravagant needs the rune, needs to fill up his bottle. Here's Tabo as well, throwing out the net. Not deciding to phase shift it. Maybe in trouble. Ooh, going to throw it the other way. The Skewer goes out. I think this... I don't know. I don't know if this will apply. But now there's a party down here. Visage has showed up. Corey's here as well, which means he's not farming. Luckily for him, the Alchemist isn't either. That's Alchemist throwing up that stun, though. Looks like he will be able to get it off onto Theory. Indeed, he will. 185 damage goes out. The Shockwave burst, as well as the net. Everything, and even the RP used here on Corey into an Ice Path. The perma-stunning tries to use the wand, trying to Sugichi out of there. It's going to be enough, barely dodging the Shockwave from Magnus. Corey looks like he's going to get away. Another nice attack off on that Nightmare. By Extravagant, and that's going to let Risk get another kill with his Unstable Concoction into an Acid Spray and a punch to the face. So 5-4 now. Looks like that engagement went 2 kills in the way of Team Chibiusa, and then getting a 1 kill there is faded, so that brings the score up to 5-4. And I mean, while all this is going on, the Alchemist isn't really getting anything. He's got 8 last hits compared to Weaver's 29. So we can see why the gold graph is still going to be in their favor by a decent amount, about 1,000 right now, as the farm very much in Faded's favor, as again, Alchemist 8 last hits, Corey 29 on the Weaver, and of course, what's up now, Swedes, Yabano on the top lane, and maybe even going to get a tower. Nature's Prophet's coming to defend, but this could be his 3rd death. Actually, I want to say, yeah, okay, it could be his 3rd death. He's already died twice with the Lone Druid solo, and then Lone Druid sitting at 44 last hits, top on the map right now. 2 kills, looking to get a tower relatively soon. The next time Nature's Prophet leaves this lane, that tower's going down. And that may be the downside to this matchup. Sure, Nature's Prophet does okay in the lane, at least until level 5, and then he can sort of jungle. But as soon as he jungles or leaves to gank, Lone Druid gets the towers, one after another. They're going to drop so fast. Luckily for him, his team's doing an alright job of getting some kills on the map. As they do lead 5-4, but now game's slowing down a little bit, trying to get this Alchemist some farm. Finally, still hasn't got a last hit since the last time I brought it up, but now finally he's got a whole wave come to his tower, so he's gonna get a few of those, but some action on the backside of this. As there's all 3 here, the sleep goes out. They're trying to get Risk to stun himself, but again, toggle off on the Nightmare. That time it was Tabao, so they get that kill there. King Kraken gonna be stunned up by the Concoction. Corey's still going to work down here, trying to get them both. Candy, he's not level 6, he's gonna drop. The Soul Assumption's going out on Tabo. It's not enough. 7-4 now. So Corey might be farming decently, but let's see. He's died 3 times, I want to say. Oh, that's only a second death. Visage, unfortunately, a little slow, has died quite a few times. Naga Siren low on health, low on mana. All 3 heroes down here looking to get a quick kill. And she probably should have just went back and healed, but no, she's still here. Swarm goes out. This is going to be a dive. Maybe? No, the Swarm didn't land. So maybe a bit of a misclick there. As we see 3 heroes right now going to heal. Looks like Kanoki maybe went bot or just had trouble in the top lane with the Druid. As we see him already got the tier 1, now going to push the tier 2. So 3 heroes right now healing in base while, let's see, mid is farming. Top getting towers and farming. Bot, sure they just died, but now they're back. They're getting XP and they're farming. So we can see, even despite the kills being 7-5, a lot of farming and a lot of XP going the way of Faded. Actually, let's get into the XP. About a 2,000 advantage and about a 3,000 gold advantage now. It just keeps going, and that's definitely due to the tower kill. So Furion's TPing up here. They're going to find Lone Druid in the trees. They knew he was there. Now he's in a bit of trouble. None of his teammates can come help. No one can TP. He's trying to corner himself into the trees, maybe get one pick off with the bear. But the Ice Path, the concoction on both him and the bear, is going to try to TP now after all the stuns went out. And that's going to be enough. They might get the bear, and they're not even going to get the bear. The Sprout goes out. There's an Ice Path. It still has 400 health. It's pretty fast. It has the phase boots now. Oh, 80-20. The bear is good. It's resummoned in 1 second. It's going to get out. So, wow. Nice play by Jibano. Level 9 already, so very tanky. 1,500 health, the bear. Of course, 4 points in synergy, so the bear also quite tanky. 2,700. They just didn't have enough to bring it down. They landed all the stuns, and then after the stuns were there, the patience from Jibano, able to TP out there. So well played. And that was, again, 3-4 heroes invested in that gank that nothing came of it. And let's see, in the bot lane, they're going to get a kill on Tabo. He goes down, and they're going to get the tower as well. Possibly. If not getting it, they're going to do quite a bit of damage to it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So again, being behind in kills, I'd say Faded pretty much dictating this game right now. Kind of do. They probably don't want to be dying in the bot lane. But what are you going to do? TPs go top to defend this push, maybe get a kill. As both cores are right here. It's the Nature's Prophet and the Alchemist. So again, making them disperse, making them run around. Not farming, not getting XP. And then of course, if they could have killed him there, it would have been even better. Extravagant finds Visage. The RP is off of cooldown. Will they have to use it? Probably not. Here comes Kanoki as well on the Nature's Prophet. Yeah, definitely going down here. That's all 5 heroes to kill a support Visage. That is his 4th death, but is it really? That's probably worth it. Now they might try to mount a push on the mid lane. Tower sitting at about 315 health. They've got 5 here into the mid lane. Tabo's almost level 6. Let's see, Alchemist is level 6, Magnus, of course, level 9. So everyone about at their level 6. A lot of burst damage being dodged there by that phase shift, and I've had to cut that jaunt a little short, but it was enough to dodge the RP that was about to be used. Now we've got all 5 mid. They get the tier 1, and the bot tier 2, though, looking to be in maybe a little bit of trouble. Magnus is coming to the bottom lane, as he does have his RP up if he wants to use it. The TP also from the Nature's Prophet. And Tabo here with some rune control, picking up a double damage in the bottom river. Maybe going to look to come in and kill Corey here on the Weaver. He does have the net with the Riptide DD. It's going to do quite a bit, as Corey only about 700 health. They had 1 sentry as well, but pretty low on mana. Doesn't have enough for the net and the Riptide. Going to need them both if they want to kill that Weaver. And Weaver now with time lapse available. He is level 7, so slightly out-leveling the other carry here in Risk.
Strange to say, Radiant's
Familiars are now a go as Theory. Also level 6. King Kraken, not quite level 6. But they've got a smoke. If they get another kill here, or at least another wave at their tower, gonna need more than 1 wave at the tower to hit 6 on that. The Familiars are doing work, hunting down JNT, harassing him. Probably gonna force him to go back to base. He TP's out. They don't necessarily know this, but maybe they think he's walking back to base. They have a ward here. So they're not going to see him walking. It might lead them to believe he's still there. So maybe not going to force an engagement, but they definitely could have off of that. You got to keep in mind, though, Nature's Prophet. He's got the phase boots now, which seems to be the build to do, especially if you're in that offlane scenario, just for a little bit of mobility in the lane to be able to run away from ganks, as well as last hit a little better with the attack damage, and of course to also be more useful when you TP into a lane. You can actually get to someone to get right clicks off. Likely still going for the Midas after this, as we see him with the Gloves of Haste. But at the top lane, they're going for a gank on What's Up Now. Swedes a Sprout on both him and the Bear. Skewer back as well as an RP. Let's see if they're going to decide to use a Dual Breath. There it goes into the RP. And Ice Path obviously still available, but they're probably not even going to need it. Just making sure it doesn't TP out. Actually dodged the stun and a bit of damage there. So they pick off the Lone Druid finally. He has his first death. He's 2-1 right now. I've been on the kills tab for a while. 91 and 10, obviously farming like a boss. The next most farmed on the map is going to be the Magnus. 77 and 11, which is actually going to be pretty nice. He's going to have Blink Mana Boots. Already does, actually. So he's a bit of a threat with that RP, now level 2. Wow, and oh wait, where'd they get the deny? Denied in the middle lane. So a tower goes down, but they deny it, so a bright spot there. Maybe looking to force the engagement here is faded, so they can get this bot tower. And that'll be all tier 1s gone, having only lost 1 of their own, 2 of their own, as Nature's Prophet last hits that tier 1 in the top lane. Support's hiding out here in the trees as the aggression here. Not really that much aggression, there's pretty much just 2 heroes here farming. But with a Weaver you can always dive, so... Now here comes some aggression. Cybe TPing down to the bot lane, Dream Coil level 2, sleep out just to get the deny, as well as an Ice Path to keep Corey in place. There's no RP though, need a couple seconds. The Swarm goes out, gonna catch a few. There's the Dream Coil onto Tabo. Does it hit anyone else? Extravagant as well. Cybe trying to burst as much as he can. Extravagant's gonna pop the coil, he's gonna go down. Now they're hunting for Kanoki, and of course Tabo and the Naga Siren died there a little bit before that. Kanoki trying to TP out, he's gonna get it. They're not gonna have enough. And now Cybe trying to run as Risk on the backside of this with the stun. Ice Path out to keep him there. Is it gonna be enough? I don't think he has a blink yet. No, he does not. It is gonna be enough. They get him in the acid spray. Corey though, going for a dive as more TPs are coming in. Guess who that is? It's Tabo. He's got a net. Concoction, it's being channeled up. Can they get it? There's still a sentry. Tabo needs to drop the sentry. But actually they're just gonna go for Kraken instead. They drop the sentry anyways. Now they see Corey is there. He's sprouted up actually. Risk is going to go down, but so is King Kraken, and now Corey scrambling to get away from this. Saguchi is off cooldown, but there's a net. Nice familiar stuns coming in from Theory's Visage play with the micro, maybe sharing control. I'll have to ask him in that post-game interview, but Corey is going to go down. Now Theory's here all by himself, again sprouted up as more TPs are coming into the backside. That's going to be the Magnus. Extravagant RP is available, they're not even going to need it though. And lots of kills going this way. So fighting is commencing. Faded is losing this in the jungle here of the Radiant. They're losing these fights however. 112 last hits in 16 minutes, sitting on almost 3,800 gold with Phase and Tranquil. So going to have Radiance relatively quick, and not even a naked Radiance. Just getting Phase Boots, getting Tranquils, Orb of Venom as well. Even a Magic Stick here on the Lone Druid. So yeah, I don't know. It's obviously a trade. They're protecting their Lone Druid. They're keeping the pressure off. They're kind of losing the fights. They're getting some out of it. I mean, they're getting some kills and some experience as a result of making these trades in the team fights. Chibiusa definitely getting the better end of it in the team fights, but we'll have to wait and see, of course, if it's really going to pay off as a Lone Druid. Getting a lot of farm right now. Going to have a Radiance relatively quick. Oh, that was a questionable skewer hit. But anyway, the chain stunning onto Cybe. They're going to get him, and Theory finds himself in the background of this. Immediately sprouted up and immediately netted. So a whole lot of stuns, actually. When you look at this team, you might... Okay, maybe you would actually think a lot of stuns. The Sprout, the net, the RP, skewer sort of counts. Unstable Concoction, of course, and the Ice Path. So yeah, a lot. Every single hero with the disable. So maybe why they're losing these early engagements on the side of Faded. Once again, another 2 taken out. If you look at Puck here, let's check out Puck's last hit. 76 right now, so not a whole lot. There's only 10 behind his mid counterpart, but look at the kills and assists on those 2 heroes. 1, 2, and 7. 2, 2, and 4. I guess it's not that big of a difference. Net worth probably telling the real tale. So yeah, we see Cybe about 1,000 gold behind Extravagant on the Magnus. Leading the net worth, though, as expected, the Lone Druid here at 7.3k, followed by the other core carry Risk on the Alchemist at 6.6. Corey pretty close behind that on the Weaver at 6.2. And then the last, I guess we're not done with cores yet, about 6,000 here on the Nature's Prophet being played by Kanoki. Extravagant, 5,800, and Cybe just about 800 behind that at 5,000. So everyone pretty close, actually, in the top net worth. Sleep goes out. They saw Kanoki trying to do these ancients. Toggles it off with the tree. So well played there. But it didn't really matter regardless. They weren't going to go for that, but at least they know he's there. They know that there's a lot camping around mid. 4 to be exact. As Alchemist here, the 1, just farming it up. He's got 3 points in Griefel's Greed now, so really trying to farm. Didn't go minus, didn't go Battle Fury, so no super greedy. Lots of gold early, high impact a little bit later.
It is with grave emotion
as we see a lot,
the
especially picking up the Battle Fury, just farm the jungle. It's one of the fastest farm items on Alchemist, and then of course just getting that Midas as well for XP and farm. Yubano gonna have a nice TP out of there. His bear is left behind, might actually go down here. They're gonna see the relic on it, so they know he's close. Let's see how close he is. 740 gold, so he's what, 500 gold away from a full Radiance. So it'll be about 20 minutes, 21 minute Radiance, which is pretty good. Considering he's
stroke of cunning, or perhaps of
2 and 1, he's at 1 death. He's got a lot of farm,
alarmist, but
and he went phase
bottom tower
and a trample boot, so still pretty quick. It's gonna have a large impact. I mean, let's check the levels of the supports. Level 9 actually, a lot higher than I would have thought, probably because of these team fights going their way. So one support level 9, the other one's level 8. We check out the other team here. We're gonna see King Kraken the lowest, actually not the lowest. He's level 8. Visage now trailing the lowest support in the game. That's going to be Theory at level 7. But everyone's 6, everyone has their ult, so I mean the team fights can really go anyway at this point. But starting to maybe take a small lead in the kills, or momentum, 15 to 10, but there's everything CEVO has unleashed onto Risk. It's not quite enough, and Tabo comes in with a sleep, and this looks like it's just going to be a sleep to run away. And that's exactly why you pick Naga right there. Corey's like, whatever, I'll go back to farming. So that's what he's doing now. He's catching up, 111 to 140. The 2 highest farmers in the game are going to be the side of Faded. If we look into the graphs right now, though, finally getting some towers and, of course, winning some more team fights. In the top lane, though, Yubano going to take out the Nature's Prophet. He goes down. Maybe try to buy from the side shop. Let's see, he's got a Claymore. So he's going, of course, towards a Shadow Blade. But let's maybe pay attention to bot lane, as it looks like it could be an engagement over this tier 2. Oh, the concoction. The lid is off the brew. Who's he going to throw it on? Is he going to be able to find anyone in time? It doesn't look like he will be. But they're going to get this D-ward out anyways. So the jungle now remaining clear. Sentries, I guess the Dire doing some D-warding of their own down here. Maybe just trying to block some camps. Maybe preparing for Roche. They can do it. Both teams can actually do it pretty quickly. The armor reduction with the Naga and the Alchemist is going to be pretty strong. As well as Lone Druid's Bear can just tank Roche and they can kill it moderately fast. Especially with the Geminite attack here from Weaver, which is only at level 1. This is a little interesting. But in that aggressive tri-lane, leveling up the Swarm, it actually does quite a bit of damage on supports. Because especially when your attack speed is slow in the early game and you don't hit for a lot. Although I think it's just number of attacks. That, yeah, attacks to destroy 8. No, I think that's how many it dies in. I don't know. Basically what I'm trying to say is the bug does a lot of damage early because you can't really knock it off of yourself that fast. So probably the better build for an aggressive lane. Although the Geminite attack on a 2.5 second cooldown is great for diving. And it is, I mean, it makes your attack speed seem like it's super fast even when it's really not. And it can really wreak havoc on supports. But if you land the Swarm, it probably does actually do more damage early on. But either way, we're a little past that point. The push coming into the bot lane, as we can see the Radiance now on the Bear, and looking to push into this tier 2. As Faded, they've had all the tier 1s for quite a while now. Smoke ganking up, though, on the side of Team Chibiusa. They're in the woods, lots of smokes going out. Maybe trying to bait this Nature's Prophet just a little bit. It wears out, so it looks like they were actually running around for a while. And now that they see everyone is in lane, pretty much, they see everyone but the Visage, so you can pretty much assume that Visage is going to be there.
Strange to say, Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sorry, I was reading chat. I don't think the stream is down. It seems to be working fine right now. But we've got Nature's Prophet split pushing top for Team Chibiusa, although in the bot lane, all 5 are here trying to get this tier 2. The Fortify goes out. Tier 2 in the top lane hasn't been bothered yet. Nature's Prophet approaching now with the Treants. So maybe looking for a trade here.
Must I repeat myself?
Looks like they may get it. I mean, it's hard to take this engagement. They've got the sleep, they've got the RP as well, so Faded has to make sure not to clump and losing this team fight. It's a tough call to make, really. If they lose the team fight, they lose a lot. If they win the team fight and get the tower, I mean, it's a trade. You just lost the top tier 2 already, so now Nature's Prophet can just come down here. RP onto 2, that's going to be Corey and the bear. Can they get them both? It looks like they might just get the bear. The sleep goes out, has to cancel it quickly, but Alchemist is going to drop, couldn't stun anyone anyway. Now Tabo is going to go down. Magic Wanding out there to get some health back. So Theory going to live just fine. JNT being chased behind the tower, and immediately 4 heroes are down for the price of none, actually, and they get the tower, though Nature's Prophet trying to do as much damage as he can to this tier 3 tower. Quite a bit of damage, actually. He's got a large wave. It's bringing it to half health. Well, are there any TPs? Are they going to try to base race this, or what? I mean, they've got the Spirit Bear. Is Theory enough to force back this Nature's Prophet? Not really. They might lose a tier 3 tower, so now they're pretty much going full throttle into this base. The Fortify obviously already down. 4 manning up here as Visage defends. Looks like someone else just went back. That's going to be King Kraken. They send back the supports, people that really don't matter when it comes to pushing. And yeah, looks like they're going to get the range, or sorry, the melee racks on the bottom. For some reason, Ivana was trying to get that one. But yeah, there's Rax down in 24 minutes. Rax is down. It's definitely going to cripple the farm a little bit as they give less gold. But with Grievel's Greed, it's not a huge impact now. Alchemist just farms like a regular carry. But of course, the lane always going to be pushing in, going to be a little annoying, and make it harder for Nature's Prophet to sort of split push that lane. They do lose the tier 3 in the top, however, now they've got Radiant's Bear. Now this is their slightly undefended lane. They can just... Next time they push, they're going to push top, which is what you would push anyways. That way, when the bot lane is being pushed in by creep, the enemy team has to run all the way from bottom, all the way to top, which is much greater than mid to top or mid to bottom. Of course. Alright, but anyway, after the dust has settled, after these recent conflicts, we look at the graphs here. So the Dire, 2,000, 3,000 gold advantage, so a bit of a swing there after the last team fight. That 4-for-0 trade, and then of course getting a Rax, but also losing a tier 2 and a tier 3 tower. And after the last team fight, the XP is very much in favor now of Faded on the Dire, about 5,000. Alchemist trying his best to farm. He did pick up an Assault Cuirass earlier, so he went straight Shadow Blade into AC. There is quite a bit of damage, so a BKB wouldn't be a terrible pick. Maybe not getting it, just because they need the push. They might have to Hail Mary up and get Rax, get a throne or something, as they've already lost one of their own. And of course, Fiend's Grip goes right through BKB, so I still expect him to get one, but maybe not right away. And another big item coming out here. Not the fastest mech, but 26 minutes. Theory picking up his mech on the Visage. It is still going to help a lot. They won their last team fight without it, although it was a 4 versus 5 team fight. They won without the mech, didn't lose anybody, but now that they've got it, it's going to be even better.
That Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And I would expect them being Faded to retreat up and defend top and then just push top, as we see Nature's Prophet, Kanoki, doing a lot of work pushing this lane. The Rax taking a little bit of damage here. Ancients are now being stacked up for Alchemist. In case you don't know and you've been living under a rock, Acid Spray does work on the Ancients, and Alchemist can clear out stacks really fast. And with Grievel's Greed, it gives him quite a bit of gold. I'm liking the Tegu, King Kraken. Finally don't have to look at Dimitri's courier.
I don't mean to be alarmist, but Dire's structures are fortified.
Wow, they fortified the bot tier 1 and force an engagement. Saibi TP's in, gets off a Dream Coil, but doesn't have any reveal, so Dream Coil a little wasted, but they do save the tower. Not quite into 9 range yet, but it is getting there. I would expect Alchemist to probably just go back and get it anyways. Maybe a slight waste of fortify, but we'll see what they decide to do with that. Corey now hunting, he's going on extravagant, he's going to skewer away up the cliff into an ancient stack, going to get slayed by neutrals. See how hard the bug is to kill? That's what I was trying to convey earlier. What's up now? Swedes already pushing. I don't really get that name because the Swedish won it, but whatever. Maybe it's a reference to something else. Anyways, pushing the top lane here is Lone Druid by himself. He's working on an AC of his own, it looks like. He's already picked up a cloak to be a little more immune to magic spells, of course, holding a gem as well. But it looks like that was purchased by JNT in the first place. So he just picked it up after JNT died in that engagement at bot. He gets the top tier 2. Now he's going to go up and join with the team. Maybe they will just push mid, as the tier 2 here is still standing. Faded wants to make sure that the next time they enter the base, they can just get megas. So gonna probably take this tier 2 out next. And support's doing a good job on the side of Chibiusa just to stack up these camps. Now we see Alchemist farming him up. And Alchemist with Empower, also, I kind of forgot about Empower this game, didn't even mention it. Great for farming stacks as well as doing tons of damage in an AoE in a team fight. Also good against PL. Nature's Prophet, again starting on this split push. So yeah, nothing new there. Nature's Prophet is annoying. He likes the split push. He's doing what he can this game. Really played well in the early stages to make sure his tri-lane won right off the start, getting 3 kills in their tri-lane, but after that, had a tough time against Lone Druid after Lone Druid was level 5 when he pretty much came back into lane. But now it looks like we might see another engagement. The stun goes out, it's going to land on Corey. He has a BKB. Can he? No, he can't time-lapse, but it doesn't matter. He's got an Aegis. Would have liked to have done a little more beforehand. Going to respawn into this sleep. Here comes Extravagant, well placed for a 4-man RP, as well as a Spirit Bear. So he gets 1-2, Visage, Puck. They're down right now as Corey's BKB'd up. He's time-lapsing back now to get some health. Now he's going to be netted and dropped here after the Aegis. So they lose 4. Now the Spirit Bear, it was just resummoned into this fight. Going to have to dodge that Ice Path. Looks like he will get the Naga Siren. Might actually get everybody, to be honest. Spirit Bear is pretty strong. It has a full AC as well. Here comes Kanoki on the other side of this. The Ice Path is there, but the Radiance Burn maybe a little too much. What's up now? Swede's getting pretty low. He's going to get JNT. It's a triple kill so far. So it was 4-0. Now it's 4-3. Gets an ultra kill here, just chasing. Can't attack with the bear, but Radiance still burning. Let's see, Nature's Prophet. Where is Nature's Prophet? Having to run away. So it was a 4-0 trade, and Nature's... excuse me, Lone Druid comes in, picking up an ultra kill there with the Radiance Burn as well as an AC, just doing a lot of damage. Now I'm just going to push on this tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Naga respawning soon.
I spy with my little eye that Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Well, I thought that was going to go extremely well for Team Chibiusa, and it was indeed for a while until... I don't know. What's up now? Swedes dodged the RP. His Spirit Bear was caught in it, although it was still doing okay damage just because of the Radiance Burn being in the center of everyone on the side of Team Chibiusa. But it went down quickly. He resummoned, and then after he resummoned, 4 of his teammates were dead. However, although Team Chibiusa took 4-0, they were all pretty low, all about a quarter health. And as we just saw there, Yubano on the Lone Druid able to clean that up nicely and do damage to a tier 3. But a big item now coming out. Kanoki picks up the Sheepstick, gonna reveal it there on King Kraken. Sprouts him as well. King Kraken though has Fiend's Grip. The sleep, the Dream Crow goes out. A bit of a maybe miscommunication, but it doesn't matter. They've got enough damage to take him out, even the Familiar's coming in. This team was gearing up to help him out, but just a little bit too far away. Alright, so maybe time to talk about what teams need to do. Maybe should have hit this a little earlier, but it's been a while since I've cast, feeling a little rusty. Don't really know what I'm doing anymore. But anyway, so Team Chibiusa, they've lost 1 Rax. They kind of need to wait and hold on. Win that fight. Instead of 4-0 trade, make it a 5-0 trade. Obviously going to be pretty hard. Lone Druid strong. And then capitalize on any mistakes that Faded makes with the split pushing from the Nature's Prophet. Meanwhile, Faded, they pretty much just have to stay spread out. That Sleep's annoying. I don't think they have an Orchid or anything yet. But a lot of pushing power. Deso up on Corey, AC on the Bear. They just got to spread out for the RPs and just basically run them down. Here they are. We see them pretty spread. Extravagant going to try to get RP, but nothing like last time. Corey BKB'd up, and they take him down, actually. Tabo in a bit of trouble on the backside of this. Let's see. Risk pops his BKB. There's the buyback from Extravagant. He has not yet used the RP. Going to use it on Corey. Maybe gets it on 2. As Theory running in to help. I think Corey will be okay here. Maybe. He's getting pretty low, but there's the Saguchi off cooldown. Risk now going to go down to Saibi on the backside of this, but here comes Kanoki picking up a double kill, but what's up now? Swede's just cleaning up now on a triple kill after getting an ultra, so 7 kills in a row. He's 10-1 right now. Gonna likely get another kill here. Another buyback forced onto Risk. So basically, stay spread out, and Faded is way stronger in these team fights. This Radiance is really just doing too much.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
So 2 racks down now. Checking into the gold graphs. Wow, actually I thought it would be more than that, but I guess Alchemist really farming up his Storm, as well as Nature's Prophet. So only a 4,000 gold lead. XP, though, getting a little out of hand, mainly because Lone Druid is level 23. Could be in some trouble here. All of Team Chibiusa's core is pretty much going after him, but here comes CEVO with the backup. Dream Coil is dropped. He might be able to run away, but no, he's sprouted up. His bear already down, I believe, trying to do work. But they finally get him. He was on a monster kill streak, so giving up 857 gold there. That's a pretty big kill right now for Team Chibiusa, but might be too little, too late. I don't know. They're down 2 sets of racks. It's going to be pretty hard. They do have an AC, so they've got some pushing power of their own, of course, as well as, you know, Nature's Prophet's Treants. So maybe they can just try to force and shove down some towers. But Corey's back up. He's hitting like a truck. RP, it's up in 15, so Extravagant's got to make sure not to die before that. Gonna sheep up Corey there on the Weaver. King Kraken getting skewered back, gonna be bursted down pretty quickly. He's trying to force to save his life, but it's not gonna be quite enough. Now Corey may be a little overextended, gonna backtrack out of that. Risk popping that BKB. Extravagant still looking to use the RP. Lone Druid's back up in 40 seconds. He is level 23, so it takes him a little while to respawn.
Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
Looks like they will get the mids here too, but I don't think they're going to be able to break high ground off of this as Lone Druid respawning in about 30 seconds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And the Dream Coil actually off cooldown in about 10 seconds. So they might actually be able to catch anyone that's straggling off this retreat. Unless Team Chibiusa might actually just be all in right here. As it is a best of 3, I mean, losing game 1 isn't great, but it's not the end of the world, so. And let's see, actually, I only remember Extravagant, JMT from the previous Team Chibiusa that I've cast, and I want to say Tabo rings a bell. As for Risk and Kanoki, not really sure who they are, but we'll see. Yeah. That's all I got. My reporting in on how much I know about Team Chibiusa. I believe they're located in Canada. Smoke up here after clearing out that mid lane. Roche respawning in a couple seconds, so just smoking up into that Roche pit. No wards on it anyway. And of course, everyone back in the base defending, so Faden knows where Team Chibiusa is right now. Okay, so maybe in a couple seconds was a bit of a stretch. In about 25 seconds, so maybe we're going to go farm the jungle, try to get a pick off here since they smoked up anyways. But everyone being very defensive, as they should be. JNT, Extravagant, and Risk just in the mid lane trying to get all the farm that they can. Spirit Bear, meanwhile, going to push out top with the Radiance Burn. Lone Druid actually is a pretty nice pickup for his Nature's Prophet because you can undo any of that split push with the Radiance. If you get a Radiance, of course, in a reasonable amount of time. They bring the bear back. Roche has respawn, so they're going for the kill here. Now they know smoked up here is Team Chibiusa. The stun being popped. They want to go on Corey. BKB is used. Pretty long stun, and they're going to pick off Corey immediately. He doesn't have buyback actually, but they get the Roche, so maybe Corey willing to accept his fate there. Goes down in the mid lane, but does buy him enough time to take that Roche. And Roche actually a pretty dangerous place for Fated to fight. If that happened in the Roche pit and that was a 4 or 5 man RP, probably would have been enough to turn this game completely around, if not win it. I mean, let's check the buyback status. Literally, only CEVO has buyback right now. Lone Druid pretty close, and about 10 gold. Which I haven't really checked this item progression in a little while. I picked up a Vlad's just for some more push, as well as a Basher, some more team fight lockdown. If you're lucky, of course. As well as Entangle already doing that. So the tower being hurt quite a bit. Corey respawns in 10 seconds, so they, again, may have to back off of this. And they're, of course, pushing into an Aegis, and while this is happening, their econ buildings and soon-to-be their tier 4s are taking hits from mega creeps. Everyone going back, they're trying to get Kanoki, but it's not going to be enough. The 3 supports, the 2 supports in the mid retreating here. Not going to be caught out. Thought CEVO might be on the hunt for them. But maybe it's just going to push mid. That ranged barracks has been standing for quite a while, but I would really just expect them to head top and then push out the top lane, as it's the last lane with the racks in it, and of course they've already lost the tower up here, so it's weaker. It's susceptible to Nature Prophet split pushing, so yeah, here they come to the top lane. Slowly making their way there, just trying to get some more farm and push out middle. The Alchemist, he just keeps on farming. He's got an MKB now. MKB, BKB, Shadow Blade, and an AC, so it does a lot of damage. If there's an RP and an unstable concoction, that's an easy team wipe. Blink, working towards the refreshers, Extravagant, Kanoki, going for an MKB of his own, it looks like. Scythe of Vice, we've seen that, had it for a while. There's the Sanj, looking for the Heaven's Halberd on the Naga Siren, and of course the mech up here on JNT. Covers about all their items. Weaver, BKB, Deso, we've seen that. Drums. Team fight getting started here with the Swarm. Sheep onto Corey. The Bear going to do some damage. The resummon is available, so we're just going to put it on the front lines for now. But it gets netted up. Trying to do as much as we can with Radiant Spring, but not really a whole lot. To start things off, let's see who took the Aegis. It's actually going to be Ibano here on the Lone Druid. That's the range Rax. It's going to go down.
I'll just point out that Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
So opting not to fight for that, the range tracks, not incredibly important. Risk trying to, and of course Risk, actually the Alchemist wasn't even there, just split pushing bottom as best as he can. But here comes what could be the last engagement here. Buyback status, almost everyone. The 3 cores here, the sleep goes out, and close enough, they can potentially get a 2-man RP here, probably what they're going to go for. And there it is. No! Oh, the Radiance burned, he couldn't blink in, Extravagant RPs and nothing. And there comes the Dream Coil. And of course the Fiend's Grip as well onto Risk. So Radiance is good against Magnus. Doesn't blink in, RP's nothing, so a bit of a mistake there. Into a triple kill for the Visage, and that's going to be the GG call right there.
And not in a good way.
That's a little unfortunate. Probably wants that one back. But like I said, this is just game 1 of the best of 3, so... Actually, they haven't even got their axe yet. But yeah, 3 down now, all 5 still alive on Faded. 4 down now, Kanoki the last one standing, and there's the GG, well played. So we'll be bringing you game 2 shortly. I'm Helium from FMVP Dota. Feel free to subscribe. But make sure to check out CEVO.com for the brackets and anything Dota 2 related. And I'll be bringing you game 2 in a second. I'm dropping some frames here, but I think the stream is alright. But anyway, we'll be back soon.